What is up, guys? Chris here with another video, and I have working RPMs in the car because I decided to get a SCT window suction mount cup and hook up the X4, and we have RPMs. So I kind of cheaped out and I went on eBay and spent 11 bucks on, it actually had really good reviews, so that's why I took the chance. They're like $25 and it's the same one, so I was like, screw it, it's $11 shipped free. Came to my house in like 3 days, so no complaints. I've had it for about a week now and it's the same one. So to get into this vlog, ooh, somebody's in a hurry. It's the thing, like, it was a red light and it was green for me to go, and I let all the other cars go, and some dude in a Toyota Corolla S, the Super Sport, decided to like run a red light, and was like, yeah. So today's vlog is what to expect when you Coyote swap your car. What is the things that you should be expecting? Well, the things that you should expect is, I'm adjusting this so I don't know how's, hopefully that works. Hopefully. I need a new suction mount cup. The one I have is garbage. There's some Amazon things that you should buy and then some you don't, so trial and test and trial and error. So what are the things you should expect? Well, you should definitely expect a beard. Definitely a beard. You should expect to be awesome, be cool. You should be the coolest person in the car community because you have a Coyote swapped Mustang or whatever you're Coyote swapping. And the other thing you should expect is to be that cool because you were that person. No. So the things you should expect when you Coyote swap your car. I'm going to tell you my experience. I don't know what your experience will be, but this is my experience. After I Coyote swapped the car, I had a small social media following. I wasn't big on Instagram and I wasn't big on Facebook, and I'm not big on Facebook or Instagram. I wasn't big in the car world or anything. After I Coyote swapped the car and was going through the process, I would say my Instagram blew up and my Facebook, my social media blew up because I was always posting about my Coyote swap. I was posting the progress of it, and I just kept posting, so it probably got a lot of attention. And I'm not saying like, oh, it's so, you know, my social media is like huge and I'm famous or something. No, not by a long shot, but people really took interest into the car, and I think that's what set it off. Like, I had, you know, you get those Facebook tags and stuff about, oh, so-and-so's doing like a really cool swap, and, you know, that's what I got, and that was the cool part. And I still get that, and ever since starting this channel, I get a lot of questions about how to do the swap, so I try to help out as much as I can with that. So that is a thing that I didn't expect, was questions and helping people and people admiring the car and what I have, the work I put into the car. So what should you expect car-wise? Well, if you're coming from a V6 or a 2-valve, a lot of people are probably coming from a 2-valve. You should definitely expect a lot more power. Now, I'm not saying after you Coyote swap the car, jump in the car and go, you know, find races and cars to just pick on and stuff like that. Not by any means. I've had my fair share of losses in this car and wins in Mexico. But, so we're just gonna go on for a little. I'm driving around like neighborhoods that are close to my house, so I don't know how the lighting is, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. So after I Coyote swapped the car, I went around and, you know, people of course wanted to run the car, check it out. That's another thing. You're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna want to check it out, and you better get used to it because no one. I've seen Coyote swaps station wagons, like I think it was a Fairmont or something like that, and I was like, this is really cool. So you're gonna have a lot of people that come up to you and be like, you know, this is a really cool swap because it's not ordinary. It is ordinary because it's ordinary in the Mustang community because people do it all the time. It's like an LS swap. So people just, do that, but it's not ordinary, because to the normal eye, if you go to a car show, you see Mustang, you see all these Mustangs that just have exterior mods, or whether they have turbos or blowers on the car. I mean, that's cool and everything, yeah, but then you see this older car that has a newer motor in it, and a lot of people from not knowing Mustangs or knowing Mustangs know that's not the original motor. They're like, because the number one thing I always get is, that is a tight fit for that motor. Like, how did you fit the motor inside that engine bay? And I mean, it fits. It fits. They made these swaps to where they fit. So that is my only reply. But I'd be rich by how many people have said that. Like, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard somebody say that, is like, there's no way that motor fits into that car, but it does. So like that right there, like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that dude's facial expression, that's what you should expect. I'm not being cocky or anything by any means. Most cars that I've seen that are Coyote swapped are really, really nice. Like, whether it's a Fox body, I haven't really seen too many like 05 to 09 Mustangs. I've seen one in person, it was really nice, and like, you'll see a lot of new edges. Those are the most like common, popular, Coyote swaps. So that is something you should definitely expect to see. Is a lot of people are like, they're like, wow, that car looks really good and the car sounds really good. That is another thing with the Coyote swap. What you should expect: a different sound. You are not going to sound like a 4-valve Mach 1 or Cobra, and you're not going to sound like your old 2-valve. You're definitely not going to sound like that, because it's a different motor, and don't expect to sound like the typical Coyote car that you hear. Like, in other words, you have mid-mufflers versus axle-backs. There's a big sound, there's not a big sound difference, but it is a sound difference. And a lot of people that, like I was saying, in the Mustang community, there are people, majority of people are not going to know like what's under your hood of the car. Sound-wise, they're going to know it sounds a little different, but they're not going to expect, oh, you have a Coyote swap. The only reason people know that with my car is because my car is plastered. My car is like the poster boy of Coyote swaps. I didn't mean it to happen like that, but my car gets thrown around in so many things, and it's funny that it does, because when I first bought this car was just, it looked like a 4x4 lifted Mustang, so it wasn't anything special. I would have never thought 4 years later this car turns into, the kind of poster boy of cars for Coyote swaps. And it's not even the most badass one, it's just like the most recognizable one, I guess. So going into a Coyote swap, sound wise, you're not going to sound like a Coyote that you hear out on the streets, like 11 to 18 Mustang, and you're definitely not going to sound like your old 2-valve or 4-valve. So just get used to that. Another thing is, you're going to have to learn how to get used to it, especially if you did a lot of suspension work. If you want two-wheeler K-member and two-wheeler control arms and all that, you're going to have to get used to that. You're going to have to get used to driving this car. It didn't take me that long. It really didn't take me that long to get used to it. I've been in fast cars, and I kind of expected going in after I started driving this car. It was fun to drive, yes, and it's still fun to drive. So my expectations are gone. So what do I expect now? Nothing. I get in this car, I go to work in this car, I go home, I go to college class or the mall or whatever it may be. I drive this car and go. I don't think anything of it. It's just a normal car to me now. I mean, once I supercharge a car, that'll be different, because I'm not used to that power. So, but those are the things you should really expect after you Coyote swap it. Is if you've done the swap right, you'll expect some headaches, yes, because you're coming out of a swapped car. You will have bugs you have to fix. Please tune the car. You will want to tune the car. You do not want to run the stock Ford factory calibration tune that you get with the control pack, because it sucks. It makes stock power, and you have, bolt-on long tube headers for the Coyote, and you have all this power that's left on the table that you can work with a good tune company, whether it's email tunes or dyno tunes. You have so much potential with this motor to do something, and that's what I did. And the car, after I tuned the car, it felt that much better. And that's what you should definitely expect off the Coyote swap. Now, the bugs you're gonna run into are just mainly just small stuff. I ran into small stuff like alternator was the biggest thing, getting the tune right, fuel system. But if you work with your tuner, whether it's dyno or email tuning, and you work with them, they will get you set with all the fuel, and then, you know, the timing and all that, all those issues. That's what they're there for. As long as you work with them and, you know, you have patience for them to get it right, and then you send the tune, you know, they send the tune to you, you download the tune, you upload it to your car, it will feel that much better, I promise. We're gonna flip this camera upside down because that's how I film these vlogs. Kind of what I was saying, guys. So what you should definitely expect with this car what you should expect after you Coyote swap your car is definitely fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun, whether you're just running an NA tuned car, or, you know, you have a blower kit or a supercharger, whether you have a turbo or a supercharger on the car, or even run a nitrous. You're gonna have fun. So the things to expect is really to have fun. You're gonna have a lot more power than you had in your old 2-valve, whether it was in, you know, just a bolt-on 2-valve. And if you even had a, you know, super pro charge, for example, 2-valve motor or whatever, and you're used to that power, you're still gonna have fun because this is a higher revving motor and there's more of a power band there, and it's stock. So there's so much you can do with this car. So the things you should expect is that definitely get the car tuned. Your tuner will work with you no matter what, as long as you work with them and just patient about getting a tune right to make your car run better. So expect that. Expect the few bugs. The bugs that I ran into were, like I said, where the car was eating alternators, so I went with a Coyote swap. I went with a Coyote alternator instead of running the 4.6. So I recommend doing the same. It's a little more money, but in the end it's worth it because you won't have those headaches. So definitely expect that. And if you're the avid car meet or car show person and go to those all the time, expect some attention. I'm not saying a lot of attention, but expect attention from people seeing like that you put, you know, time, effort, and money into something you did yourself. Whether you had a shop do it or not, you actually put the idea forth and spent the money to have it done. So it's going to be that much better. And your car, people are going to look at you and be like, wow, this, you know, this car is really nice, or really amazing that like somebody did that. Because you go to a car show and you have just the regular Mustangs and you park next to them, and people are going to like at least look at your car and be like, well, that's, you know, they put a Coyote motor into a car. That's really cool. Like, it's an older car with a newer motor in it. So, but just go, once you Coyote swap it, definitely expect just to have fun. That's all I'm saying. Expect fun driving. I have fun driving mine. I daily mine, like I said, whether I go to work, class, or just in the mall, or, you know, wherever. I definitely have fun driving it. I look at it as it's just another car now. That's the way I look at it. But you guys are just gonna have fun. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just a fun little video I wanted to make. So definitely after you swap it, just enjoy the car, because you did something that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people talk about it, but they don't do it. So definitely enjoy it. And I will see you guys in the next video, and have a good one.